I can't understand how he's done it, really. He's always been running, always really far, and he comes back every Sunday morning exhausted from this run he's been on. And this is before half marathons, and I see him, I'm still in bed at this time when he's actually doing the run, but when he comes back he's exhausted for the rest of the day, and doing 13 of them, I get tired after a mile. I don't know how he's doing it and how he did it. And I suppose it is probably Max that kept him going.
Well, I've always been a keen runner, always liked my sport and always liked all sort of sporting activity. And I use running as a sort of way of just mental exercise, of just thinking. It allows me to think about awful lot of things.
The whole year has been a really uplifting experience, I suppose. We've raised a lot of money for Daisy's Dream, who are a fantastic local charity. They were great with Sam when it all happened, because they were here and listened to him talk, because he could talk about Max to them. They knew nothing about him.
Just 3 or 4 days before Christmas in 1999, he just got a bit of a cold and a bit of a viral infection, and we didn't really think anything of it. He hadn't been ill at all. He'd never been poorly. So we took him to the doctors on Boxing Day, and the coin of the phrase, "It's just a viral infection," and that rings in my ears to this day. And the next day we had some friends over. His godmother came over, and we had a lunch with them, nice lunch. And our friends went, and we just needed to change his nappy, so we took him upstairs, and to coin a phrase, that was it. We put him down on the mat, and he effectively died on the mat when he was changing his nappy.
He died of something called myocarditis, which is basically a short circuit to the heart. So even had we been able to resuscitate or start resuscitation here, there wouldn't have been a positive result out of that, because it's like the wires being cut. So there was it wouldn't have made any difference.
And so the doctors had done their bit and done their best, and we then said goodbye to our son. You hold a baby, and the warmth went out to my son, and I held him, and the warmth went out to my son, and that's just, it's just indescribable.
The first few days was really a question of just getting up, making sure Sam had clothes, had food, and got to nursery. We went back to work to have something to do. I have little or no recollection of the first couple of months, and then life starts to get back to some kind of normality, I suppose, after a while.
I also read an article. Bob Wilson lost his son, Arsenal football goalkeeper. He lost his daughter, very similar time to we losing Max. And very simply in his article he said, you can either give in and just collapse and suicide, drugs, whatever it is, or you just get on with life. And it resonated with me so fundamentally. And so you deal with it, you move on, you cope. I don't think there's any secret ingredient in how you do it, you just do it. And I was running last summer in July time, and I thought, would it be Max's 13th birthday coming up this year? Why don't I run a half marathon just to sort of celebrate that fact and just have a bit of fun doing it. I decided to do not just one 13.1 miles, but 13 miles. And I came back and sort of said to Susie, am I being a bit mad, and shall I do this? And because obviously there's a commitment to do that. She said, yes, go for it. So that was it. Over a 2-day, 3-day running session, it was decided.
950 plus. Then hopefully we think we're going to have them.
He says Max. He thinks of Max when he crosses the line every time. And to do 30, I don't understand how he does it.
Today was good. I felt really positive, felt really good halfway through, which is always a good sign. 10 miles, had a bit of spring in my feet. So really sort of good run today. This is half marathon number 11. The next one is at Burnham, number 12, and then the final one is at Maidenhead in September. I think I'm feeling good this morning. A bit nervous for obvious reasons because it's the 13th of the 13 half marathons I've been doing. Culmination of 12 months worth of effort. The last 5 or 6 have been interesting runs. The last 2 or 3 have been really hard, really hot. So today it's a bit overcast, so that'll be quite nice. I'm also looking forward to running with a lot of my colleagues. We've got about 20 runners who are running for Max and Max's team. So I'm really looking forward to the day. A bit of intrepidation, but 2 hours away from here we'll be finished and we'll be celebrating, hopefully.
In terms of what to do, if you've lost someone like I have, is tell someone. Not everyone. Don't share it with the world, but find a few people, a group of people who you're close with, who you know will understand and help you with it. Just tell them, get it out of your chest, and just tell them what happened, everything. And remember it. Don't just forget them. Have a photo, have memories. Like, I have a memory book of things that, as of now, I can't remember them, but back then, just after he died, I remembered these things that we'd done together. Stories and days of things when we'd been out and things he used to do.
You learn to deal with it. It doesn't go away. You can get emotional. I still get emotional at odd times when I'm not expecting to. Still think about him every day, but most of the time it's something we just live with.
You never forget. There's not a day goes by that I don't think about Max. And you don't celebrate the fact that you had a son called Max. But you just deal with it in that way, and you remember and you celebrate his life. And time is a healer, yes, but you never forget and you always celebrate.